Good morning. It's November 20th, and I'm going to attempt to do a video that is a teaching moment for those of us who are monitoring the flood home, I don't know what to call it, crises. Anyway, let's see if this works. So I'm going to concentrate on Vista Del Mar. I'm going to start by showing you how do we look for permits. So if you type in permit Pasco permit search, you're going to get 350,000 results. Now, the one you want is this one, and I'm pre-populated because I've already searched for this, so it may not come up in this order for you. So aca-prod-acela.com/Pasco/default.aspx. So this is the site. And we're going to do this with a concentration on Vista Del Mar. So this is where it takes you. And I'm not going to sign in. I'm just going to do this as a regular person in the public. So what you want to do is, I know it says permits up here, and it's confusing because you want to search for permits under building. So we're going to do search applications. And it's going to take us to this screen. And this is going to allow us to search by address. But what I'm going to do is I am going to search by street. And what this is going to do is this is going to give me an opportunity to search for every permit that's been filed for on this street. So this first one is 6732 Albatross. So we're going to go ahead and open up the Pasco, PA site for the purpose of learning and for the purpose of teaching, and because this is what you should be doing in your own home as you do your evolution through this post-Helene disaster. So what we see here is that this property has a building value of $139,000. And we all know in Pasco County, we operate under the 49% rule. So what we want to do is we want to click on this property, and we'll do a bunch of them. So don't worry about trying to memorize this. And here is the hated addition to this property. Damage assessment, Helene, severity, notice. And so this house has been flagged for Helene damage. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to look at what permit they've applied for. And this was the very first one on the list. Exterior electric panel replaced, raised outlets, and plan review in process. So this was not permitted. This one, demo mobile home, permit issued. Replace wire panel. They issued the permit on this, 6736 Albatross. Now, if this one's up in the air, then that explains it. 6736 Albatross. So we can look at this property and see that the building value is $60,000 and it's only 672 square feet. So this home is on the ground, and they did issue a permit for electrical. So we can go in here and we can look at this individual property to see if it has the Helene notice. And it doesn't. It doesn't have the notice. Let me see. Let's make sure it's not under more details. It's not. Oh, this is the wrong one. This one is the demolition one. So I clicked on the wrong property. So this was the property before it. So we go back into this. You know, this may be too much information for a video. We want to go to building. Actually, the more mistakes I make, the more you'll feel comfortable with doing this yourself. We're going to go back to albatross. And we're going to, okay, it's still there. How about that? Permit issued for demo. Permit issued to replace the wires on 6736. And this is 6736. So it looks like this one was issued a permit for electrical. So the question is, does this property have the Helene notice on it? And the answer is, I mean, it's possible it didn't flood. Look at this. So it doesn't have, let's just see under more details. It didn't flood. It doesn't have the notice. Wow, that's fantastic. But I don't know if I believe that it didn't flood. But anyway, this one had a permit issued for electrical replacement. Okay, replace existing door. And we want to look at the dates. Okay, so this is it. There's only been applied since Helene. There's only been, Helene was September 26th. So these are the only ones. So there was one permit issued on Albatross for a replacement of an electrical panel. And allegedly it did not flood, which is, it just must be a higher unit. All right, now we're going over to Flickr. Flickr, plans received, and it was an issue. Awaiting revision, plan in process, closed. And this was a Hurricane Helene house. And that suggests that they were able to get the permit, or it was or how could it be closed? Here's another electrical panel closed. HVAC closed. And this is before. Wow, this I hate to be given bad information. I mean, I believe, what they say, doubt half of what you hear and don't believe the rest. Let's go look at Gull. There's been no permits applied for on Gull. Maybe some of the streets in Vista Del Mar did not flood. Maybe Albatross is higher. Okay, here we go. We're on Curlew. Plan review and process permit. All right, this is a demolition permit issued. Demolition permit issued. Replacing existing service. Issued October 3rd. Okay, stormwater, this was before. So the question is, on Curlew, does this have the Hurricane Helene wording, the disaster wording? And it does not. It does not show that it has the Hurricane Helene wording. I didn't know what the information, I didn't know what was going to come up. I didn't know what we were going to find. But I'm guessing that some of these didn't flood, but I was inside of one and it had 5 feet of water in it. So I guess the elevation of some of these are going to be different than others. Okay. Re-roof, permit issued. Remove drywall. Okay, this one we know, Hurricane Helene, intrusion 26 inches, but they did not issue the permit. Hurricane Helene, to remove the denied. Re-roof. Okay, so Notice these have, no, let's take a look at this property here and see if it has the wording, the hated Helene wording. It doesn't have it. It doesn't have it. Okay. So, to me, this is fantastic. Well, it could be that they're multi-story properties. Hurricane Milton. Okay, this one has, they're trying to do a new air conditioner. So there's been a lot of permit applications on Heron. Awaiting revision, plan and review, permit issued, 3547. I really wish we could see easily if these were, all right, this one we know. Look, replace drywall. This is a Hurricane Helene. Let's see if it has the wording. It doesn't have the wording. And they issued the permit at 6838 Heron. 6838 Heron Helene. Oh my God. This has an $83,000 building value. So, using the 49% formula, it appears, yeah, we can't see if this is a multi-story. So, generally, I think we would be able to see that there was another, this is a 1987. I'm pretty certain this is on the ground. Did we just prove that they're issuing permits in? Well, this one doesn't have that flood wording on it. So if you don't have that flood wording, oh my goodness, so there is hope. Or am I just praying? Plan and review, replace 9 windows. Plan and review. Hopefully what this is going to do is going to make you comfortable moving around this website. Hurricane Milton re-roof, awaiting revisions. Plan and review, permit issued for an AC. Permit issued, and this one says Hurricane Helene. God. It doesn't have the wording. It doesn't say that this is a hurricane flooded house. And that's why they're getting it. So the first thing you do is you verify that you have the wording. If you don't have the wording, the question is, if you have the wording, will they issue the permit? Permit issued, permit issued, permit issued. Permit issued. They are issuing permits in Vista Del Mar. Closed. That can't be right. They couldn't have gotten the permit, done the work, and closed the permit. No, I may be wrong. That might be the permit issue date, not the close date. Well, I'm not going to impress anybody with my my knowledge of this. Well, this property does not have the wording, the hated wording. Okay. All right, so let's do another street. Osprey. Permit issued for a re-roof. Plan in review. Closed. Permit issued. This is not us. This is Osprey Peak. This is Osprey Lane. Okay, here we go. Permit issued. Electrical inspection to have. Okay, so this is no good. Let's see if I can narrow this down. I wonder if I made that error with other streets. Permit issued for electrical inspection. Change meter. Demo. Okay, so that's it for Osprey. So Osprey, they're not applying for permits on Osprey. Puffin. Now there are two more. There's a Sea Ranch also has some of Vista Del Mar, but it also has Sea Ranch. I'm not or Hudson Beach. I'm not going to do Sea Ranch. Helene Recovery, awaiting plans. Boat lift. Okay, so there's been no. Or actually, there may have been. All right, here it is. This is the wording right here. This right here, a notice was added to this record. So we didn't prove anything. Did anybody get a permit who has this right here? This notice was added. Severity. So we didn't prove anything with this 17 minutes of Vista Del Mar discussion. But we didn't prove that people got permits. No, I think we proved that they didn't get permits if they have this wording right there. This hated wording. All right, Randy Jenkins here. Happy to help if you want to talk about your personal home and have me jump on the video and talk about, or jump on a call and talk about your home and see what we might have as a conclusion or expectations. Have a great day.